Yo, what it do? We back. We in Englewood, New Jersey today. It's the Roundtable Podcast, and I'm excited. I got a guy with me here, man. It's like a brother to me. I've known him for a while. We met through a mutual friend, and he's been doing this thing, man. And we in the location. We in Hush, man. And if you don't know about Hush Boutique, and I said Hush Boutique. I didn't say Hush Store. I said Boutique. If you don't know, you need to know. You need to come on out here to Englewood, New Jersey, right here on Palisade Avenue. And it's a new location. We was around the corner on Grand. But yo, enough of all that. I got my guy next to me, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Blackburn himself, my guy. Thank you. Welcome to the show,
thank
King.
You, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. This is,
me.
I don't really know what to say, but I'm just going to really put out there, man. This guy, to me, we met in the barbershop, of course, uptown, and this brother's been like a good friend of mine. We talk life, we talk family, we talk gear, we talk sports. But now we're going to talk about his world, fashion. And that's why we here. So we're going to walk through, we're going to talk about a little bit. We're going to start off first, man, with this Avia, man. This classic Avia, King. this epic.
Yes, sir.
How did that come about, King?
Well, you know, Avia, so I've been here 25 years, but Avia's originally from the West Coast,
Okay.
where I'm from.
And you from the West,
Yeah,
right?
so Nike
Okay.
and Avia started there. And so it kind of had like some history with me from that standpoint, growing up, seeing
Right.
Clyde Drexler,
Right.
Scottie Pippen, John Stockton, seeing some of the greats wear this product. And then over time, Louis Vuitton actually used this silhouette for their low top sneaker that they have.
That you got in the back
Yeah.
that we're gonna actually
Yeah.
show.
And they also
later on.
used, and they used the 880 Avia as well for the high top Louis Vuitton.
Right.
So because of the history and because of what Louis Vuitton was bringing it back to the forefront, me and a friend of mine decided, you know what, this would be a good sneaker for us to launch with a collaboration. You know, something that is
The essence.
with the history, and you know, a lot of people nowadays don't know about it. And
Younger
so
generation.
The younger generation.
They
So I
don't even, they think
Right,
it's
right,
just
right.
a pair of
So,
sneakers.
right. So, but I like the nostalgia of it. So,
Right.
I worked with the team there really closely. Got to pick my own leathers. You know, the
Color
insole,
facts,
the colors, and
crazy.
things like that. So, you know, I love this sneaker, man. It's comfortable. We picked everything from the insole. It's just.
I was hands-on with the whole situation.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
socks matching, the t-shirts.
Yeah. So so I have a creative director, that Tavon, that works with me, and we kind of went through this whole thing and kind of like politicked a lot with the Avia team, and we came up with the scoop pack. So the colors that we did for this was based around ice cream, like the scoops, the flavors. So then that's why you see the socks dripping like ice cream, you know what I'm saying? All the colors kind of have like, you know, your bubble gum, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your
crazy,
sherbet, you know, like lime, you know, type of thing.
That's crazy.
And then
Even go
this,
with that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this we did the t-shirts to go back with it. And we also brought in Mikey Lights, which is a black-owned ice cream company.
Okay.
So when we moved around the corner, we did like a re-grand opening, and they were here. And we launched our collaboration
Right.
at the same time.
Okay. Well, you know what? It's crazy because a lot of people don't understand the essence. They just so stuck in the time of what's hot and what's not hot, but they don't understand. We go back.
Yeah.
Our history, and you coming from Cali, and you coming up north.
Yeah.
How was that transition with the gear though? Because y'all style down there is totally different from ours.
Right. So I originally was in Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
And then I played sports, and so I would go down to California in the summers and be there. But technically, you know, in my era, the style was coming from mainly the East Coast at that time, because you know there was only like magazines to look at, and then music videos. So a lot of that was happening at that time. And then you know we did have our own style where you came with like
Khakis.
the khakis,
The Dickies.
the
Converse.
stone, you know, creased 501s. You know what I'm saying? We had flavor like it was-
Cortez.
Yeah, but we had other flavor, you know what I'm saying? Like Fila was big at that time, Sergio Tacchini, same things out here, Lacoste Sportif, you know what I'm saying, the sweatsuits, same things at the Hustlers and and people that were like looked at as prestige in their lifestyle. They wore those type of things. So we did the same thing. It was just a little bit of a different flavor here because, you know, being here, you get to see a lot more.
Right.
So California itself, you get to see a lot as well. But, you know, it's sunny there all the time, don't rain too much. So
y'all ain't
you're
getting
more
into the winter coats
style. Yeah, you're not really getting into, you know,
It's just
goose downs.
Yeah,
and
it's just all the basics. It's summer. It's summer though.
Yeah. And then, you know, more up north in the West Coast, like Portland, Seattle, like in the winters it would get like a little cool. So we would wear like outerwear and stuff like that. And that's when we kind of pulled in from the east a little bit, like the Columbia sportswear jackets and Helly Hansons. We didn't do a lot of bubble jackets and stuff like that because it just wasn't that cold. But it would get in sometimes in the 30s and things like that.
Right. Okay. Yeah, let's walk through for a little while. I want to talk about some of the brands you got in here that's a little different than the average. You know what I'm saying? This thing right here, I'm going to take it off the rack for a second. It's retarded.
Yeah, so this is my man, Jay. This is Stitch and Jolt, young black designer. So what we do here, we focus in on minority-owned businesses. We do carry big brands, but we try to go into the like minority-owned businesses and give them opportunity to sit next to brands that people know a little bit more. So he's a young designer, African-American gentleman that basically did kind of like a remixed vibe to him. So he took like Levi jackets or jean jackets from Zara and things like that, and then he added this quilt to it. And because of the quilt and because of the process of putting it on there, it's pricey. But listen, we go buy Gucci, we go buy Louis, we go buy these things. Why not support a young entrepreneur, especially a person of color, and give them an opportunity to sit next to the guys and sport that product that everybody, you know, that everybody doesn't have. Exactly. So we do that, and then this is another guy, small designer. He's Korean actually. So, you know, we support him as well. His name is Nash. If you look, this is kind of like got a whole ski look to it, that vibe when we was coming up. And we're supporting him as well. Like I said, we do it all the way around. We do, you know, black and brown culture. We don't discriminate, but we do focus in on people of color, as in giving them an opportunity to sit next to the big brands.
As they should. As they should.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about this Hush Life because that's you.
Yes, sir.
That's all you. We got the fitteds, but I just want to dance straight into this. This adults only Hush warning. Like you had the jean jacket at the old spot.
Yeah.
Fab had it.
Crazy. Yep. People went crazy.
God G had it.
Yeah.
I see you extended it.
Yeah. So this here, you know, my philosophy behind this was using in the beginning, you know, it has some sexual connotation to it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. It's a vibe. It's trying to show people the art of, you know, it's showing people art, and it's attention grabber, right?
Exactly.
So that's how we wanted to start it, and then it's a product for adults. You know, now you got the kids. Like when we were coming up, you know, the adults wore a style and the kids wore a style.
Exactly. Now everybody's wearing the same thing.
And they wearing the same thing. And in our year, we didn't want to see a kid in the same product. Exactly. So this product started off as kind of like it's art. It's we call it like gallery wear. So stuff that you would find in a
art gallery.
Art gallery or something. You
portraits.
See it, you see it here on product. And we wanted to be something that for adults can only wear and kids can't wear. So I went and trademarked adults only. So here you have the whipped cream vibe going on. Here we did something, you know.
For the marijuana smokers.
For the marijuana smokers.
Crack, crazy.
Just, I don't smoke.
Right, but it don't matter.
Really drink, but it's just saying that this is for the adult consumer, right? And I'm not against those who smoke. That's their vibe and whatever they want to do. So we have this going on. And then here we did kind of like, you know, in the 70s when I was real little, but you know that whole thing like horse parents big and things like that.
They was throwing the house parties.
So so we kind of played off of that vibe, and then you know we have kind of like an attention grabber, right? So
The
they
patches.
have different positions, but it says, oh, this is an Aquarius. This is what Cancers are into. So it's like, oh, let me see what my mind says. So it's just a conversation piece. And all these patches here were vintage. So we found them, found the person that was making them, or had them, and they had them sent to us. And they each one, cost money to put it on there. So it's not that cheap, but it's definitely attention.
It's worth it though, because
Yes,
at the
sir.
end of the day, me being a fashion junkie, I want to have something that someone go say, where did you get that from?
Exactly.
So when they see you with this on, it's already, hold up, where did they get that from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's what we're all about, right?
And that's the difference.
That's the
That's why it's the Hush Boutique and not the
Yeah.
Hush store. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
It's your first.
Yeah, so you want to
You had your own Blackburn thing too at one point.
Yeah, so I started in the mid-'90s with a brand that did it exceptionally well. I was one of the first black urban designers to be in Nordstrom's at the time in the 90s.
Shout out to
And
that.
yeah,
I
so
didn't
we
even know
did,
that, Ken.
yes
That's
sir.
dope.
So we did that. I was in the West Coast. At that time, most of the brands that were like urban were coming out of the East Coast.
Right.
There was a few that, they would say was out of, I guess, like Mecca. They were out of kind of like Seattle / New York, but kind of like in the same vein of what my brand was. And I just pushed that and did very well with it, and I was able to sell it. And then I moved here and then started up a couple other brands, and that's basically where I made my money was
Right.
in fashion.
Yeah, and you did great. You did great too, because at the end of the day, you changed the game with the style. I remember that first thing. My man G had one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Had the sweater with the puffy on. I
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
yo, he was like,
yeah.
yo, that's old. That's that word. Yo, that's old boy. I said, yo.
Yeah.
And it showed a different style of you.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, if you'd have never said where you was from, we'd have never known where you was from.
Exactly. Yeah,
Because
everybody.
sometimes, your style can say,
Yeah.
okay, he's from.
Yeah, they always thought, just because I had a flair and a flash. When I came here, I did go to Harlem, so, that's like my second home. But, everybody thought I was from Harlem, just the way that my style
Where you was moving, you know what I mean?
And G was, very instrumental in my Inglewood come up, meaning that, he was over here, we became like brothers, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? And, it made me feel comfortable about being here. And then I met you, and I met a lot of guys,
Yeah.
and it was kind of like open arms, and like, and so, this became my home, so to speak, because I was comfortable, got my hair cut over here. Guys was real cool. So I said, you know what, let me come over here where I'm comfortable with the brothers and try to set
Right.
something up over here. So that's how I flow. But yeah.
You did a phenomenal job too, man. Salute to that, because
Thank you.
that brand even back then was crazy.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. Yo, when he showed me that sweater, I almost ducked.
Yeah, he used to love the bubble. I used to have this like a trench bubble with the big
Yes.
fur on
Yes.
it. And he used to love that jacket. I actually gave him one.
Because we
A
come
black
from
one.
that. That's why I asked your man. Y'all see I had the Warwick stuff in here.
Yes,
And I
sir.
asked him, I said, yo, y'all gonna go get the Warwick?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's our era, you know what I'm saying? So again, like, we find like smaller guys, smaller brands that we want to support, but then we have some nostalgia. We like an old song. When you come in here, it's like when you hear old music, you want to dance, be like, oh, that's
Yeah,
my song.
yeah, that's-
It's the same thing
with
with
the
the
clothes.
product. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
you
my
see some
thing,
product,
yeah.
you go, oh my God, they got Warwick in here. So we want to show product that take people back and feel good about themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. Especially growing up in a black household. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom. You know what I'm saying? If I went to church or if I had to go somewhere,
was
she
about-
made
made sure.
You had to make sure you had your
on-
best on, right?
On Easter, it was laid
Easter,
out.
It was
Easter,
laid out. and you had to-
Graduation.
I couldn't go to my friend's house unless I went upstairs and got some clean underwear.
Right. You know what I mean? We just come from that era.
come from that era, and our parents just wanted us. Maybe we couldn't afford everything, but they wanted us to have the best look as possible. They didn't want, because those times it was so judgmental being a person of color. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? It's not. It's still judgmental, but it ain't like when we was coming.
Nah, we ain't even dealing
So
with
we had to,
with that headache.
don't do that, or
We
don't.
dealing with
you
it,
know
but
what
we're
I'm
not
saying?
dealing with it on the extent that
Not
they
the
did.
extent. No, not at all. So that was kind of like the way that we grew up. It was definitely like
Right.
parents had to make sure we was on time with everything.
Yo, I gotta ask you, let's shoot down here by the sneakers, man, because a lot of people fail to realize what you guys are bringing to the table. You know what I mean? As far as the footwear. Because I remember when you first opened, I still got that Fila suit. And my wife bought that velour suit that I still got to this day.
I think you bought some Pumas from me back in the
I
day.
got the Adidas.
Some Puma.
I got some Pumas.
Yeah.
And I have to say this. I should have brought them with me. I'm mad I didn't bring my Britishes. I got my Britishes from you, both pair, blue and burgundy from the Hush. Yo, I put them things on, maybe last year, and my man VO was like, yo, where the hell? I was like, yo, my man had it. I still have the burgundies that I never wore to this day. And that's what the difference is with the Hush Boutique. Y'all bringing something that's so crazy. Now, I talk about this. This is that Avia we're talking about, the classic, but it's also Louis cop. You know,
they copied this one.
They copied
They copied that one. To be honest, they did copy this one. So this is.
Let's talk about that, because for you to go jump on that and not the Louis, I respect the fact that you went with the Avia. A lot of people want to jump with the in crowd. You went with the out crowd, and like.
So a lot of young people nowadays, they don't know, but we got our guys who understand fashion and understand history, and maybe had uncles or cousins or family members that wore these cool nostalgia products. You know what I'm saying? So, again, that's is what we try to push in here. We try to open people's eyes and say, like when we was coming up, we had the Tonics, we had Pony, we had Avia, we had British Walkers, we had British Knights, we had K-Swiss.
Exactly.
We had everything. So, unfortunately, I can't buy everything, but I try to pull things out that will make people go, oh shit, I remember these. But
you've been doing a great job of that, though, because you've been dabbing and dipping. You even bought the Elise out.
Yep.
I bought the Elise back out.
At least I'm about to bring it back in here. We had Sergio Cini, who was like one of the first to bring that in.
The Filas. Y'all bought the Filas. But not just the Filas, you bought colors. You didn't do the basics. I never forget, I was mad because I had the green ones. And that's my color, and I couldn't get it because y'all don't carry my little ass feet that much. I wear 7. But I told my man, I said, wow, they got disrespectful when they even went in here and got the ponies. And I told him, Spud Webb.
Camera guy, big back in the day.
Come on,
and
man.
The cool thing, it's crazy, is that, Pony stands for Product of New York, and people don't even know that.
I didn't know that.
So that's what it stands for, is Product of New York. So it's Product of New York. New York should be on it, not just,
Wow. History lesson.
We find other brands and we
rock
that, but this is a product of New York. You know what I'm saying? And then Jaclar, this my man.
Let's talk about it, man.
Yes, so Jaclar was big, back in the 70s, and my man Willie Esco, you probably see Dame Dash and they have collaboration pieces going. But my man Willie Esco does these, and we support him.
I'm looking for that sweat jacket, that track jacket.
He had the real vintage look going on, so that was real dope. So we try to keep it going.
I do a little bit of everything, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we definitely bring in Converse. We have a top tier premium Converse account. So like these here, these aren't the normal, the real flat ones. These are called the Chuck 70s. They have a shiny sole to them. They have a cushion in the inside, so when you see them, it's not like the flat ones. So whenever you see that shiny sole, this is the more like with the cushion with the runner, like a runner vibe sole in it. And then this is our bread and butter. These this is Nike.
You already know what it is.
Like we're top account with them. They've been great partners for us.
And y'all been killing them. The lines have been around the corner.
Yeah. Thanks to them, they've been.
The lines have been. I be passing through and I seen cats setting up the chair out there. Now I want to talk about that for a minute because we don't come from that. We didn't have to set up a chair and go sit outside.
No.
Now you being the one on the outside, like kind of looking out, like, yo, they sitting outside for this thing, man.
Right.
As a store owner, the business owner, the fashion junkie, what is what's your take on that? Is the game twisted? Is it overrated? Or is it just the era of it? This is what it is. Well, first come, first serve.
So for me, when I look at it, and this is just my opinion, I don't dislike it because for me it brings business. And it's kind of like a compliment to us, right? Because we really started that, in our era. Maybe we wasn't sitting outside waiting for the shoe, But there were guys on the train in New York getting robbed for a pair
Waiting
of
for you
Jordans.
to come out the
Waiting
store
for you to come out
with the mask on.
Exactly. So that's calmed down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Well, actually a lot.
Right.
So it's kind of, our era was like, okay, I gotta watch
Protect
my back.
yourself.
Now it's like, okay, this was hot back in the day. It's worth something, and I'm gonna flip it. So I have no problem with that, you know, that whole vibe of reseller. I respect them. I respect you know, what they got going. The only thing that
Does it get out of
only
hand
thing that
sometimes,
bothers me
or does it become heavy?
Well, not for me over here. They've been very respectful
Okay.
over here. The only, not even an issue that I have with it is that, you know, our era, we bought Nikes and Jordans because it was hot and it was dope, and we liked the product. We didn't buy it to flip, and we bought outfits. You know what I'm saying? Like how your outfit is, it's all flavor. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now, I think sometimes the kids stop. They buy the sneaker, and because it's a certain type of sneaker, they stop there, and they don't go to the sock, or they don't go to the pants or to the top.
They
or
just
whatever.
stuck on the
They
sneaker.
stuck just on the sneaker. That's the only issue that I have with what's going on now. But outside of that, I have no problem. I understand that we started that just a
Right.
little different,
Right.
but we started that where these kids now have the opportunity to take what we started cool and make it something that's resellable. So I actually love it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I kind of call this era the catch-up era, the hunts.
Yeah.
Because it's funny you said that about the kids by the sneakers. You know, I got my 19-year-old living with me. He been here with me since he was about 15, 14, and he was just stuck on getting a sneaker. I said, son, you gotta have the whole.
You gotta get your get up.
So you
right
get your
there.
sneaker. Then we'll go get. If we don't do everything, or we get the gear, but
Yeah.
it's not just you go get the. You spend $400 for a sneakers, but you got no outfit on, and you
Yeah.
looking crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why the era is called the catch-up era.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're gonna stroll over here to these classic MBs though, because I like the fact that you still. Of course, we got the Nike, the Jordan,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you still kept the essence of the New Balance. And now MB has been coming back like they hitting hard.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of my, you know, one
And
of
they
my,
classic. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When I was growing up, to get a pair of these, we had to hustle to go get
the
these.
hustle go. Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? These was like, yo, you got to get this with the nautical sweatsuit, because there
Yeah.
was no New Balance sweatsuit. It was just
No.
the MB.
Yeah, exactly. And what's crazy is now we carry, you know, New Balance apparel here, which, you know, we sell a ton of that. And,
Of
you
course.
know, we're excited about, you know, that relationship as well. You know, I love the New Balance. You know, I like the New Balance because of the quality of it.
Always had good
USA
quality.
made, and the comfort level of it.
They're very
You know what I'm
comfortable.
saying? So, you know, I love it. I remember these back in the day. I don't know if you remember James
Come
Worthy.
on, James Worthy had the
Worthy
poster.
wore
When you bought the
these.
sneaker, they gave you the poster. When he standing in front of the train. Come on, Black. He standing in front of the train, baby. I had the poster.
Exactly. And that's what it is, you know, like from our era, like, you know, just in conversation when we talk.
It brings joy.
It brings
It's that
joy,
feeling, like
we
you said.
talk
it's-
about
yeah.
the, you know,
The good
like, just
times.
the good times. It just brings back a lot. Like the fear now is like, because of them stopping so much just at a shoe. What's the excitement from that? You know what I'm saying? What's that old song? You are gonna have
That feeling.
that
That
vibe
takes you back to that
takes you
moment, that
back,
time.
You know what I'm saying?
You can take yourself right
Yeah,
where you was
yeah.
at when that sneaker came
Yeah,
out.
so you wanna be able to grab the Jordans and then come back and show the Jordans and then throw the outfit back with it. That's communication. You know what I'm saying? You wanna be able to do that, but if you just stop here,
Or mixing the brands.
oh, you can't do that.
You know a lot, but you know these kids.
You can't do that.
These kids don't understand that.
You can't wear Nike. You can't wear Nike and Jordan. I mean Nike and Adidas. You can't do that
What are
one.
you doing? Like, what, you know
No,
what
we
I'm
don't.
saying?
We don't do that.
We don't do that.
We
You know what I'm
don't
saying?
do that.
At all. You know what I'm saying? And you took it back to the essence of the soccer Adidas.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of cats don't understand that either.
Yeah. So these are becoming big, like back in the day. This whole samba vibe
Was crazy. I
Yeah,
had
it was
almost
crazy.
every color. I had the burgundy ones right now.
Nice and cool. You know what I'm saying? Nice. I seen this guy came in here. He had the wide leg cargos on with it. He threw this dude from out west. Looked real flavorful. You know what I'm saying? So I really like this shoe, man. It's almost like if you look at it, you know, you kind of think when Margiela got they
They did. They did. It's not where they kind of, they did.
You know what I'm saying? You start to wonder, and then you got the shell toes. You know,
this was all-time favorite.
This was like big. You know what I'm saying?
That was your life. You had them. I think every black kid growing up back then had a pair of shells.
Yeah, you had to have a pair of shells.
But your mom killed you if you know what I'm saying, took the laces out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know that's crazy. And the Adidas is just, it's crazy how they step in their game up.
Yep. They you know. They got some flavor, you know what I'm saying? It's just retarded. We got a lot of flavor in here, man. It's just like,
for the customers that don't know.
It's just the era, you know. They look for the hype.
God damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like even if you come over here, like even to the Jordan, like today, you know, we have these released, but even the twos, like we still got a little bit of twos left. But this was like, you don't remember, this shoe was the first basketball sneaker that was made in Italy back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And this had like a little snake skin to it. I remember when it came out, and I couldn't afford them, and I used to want them. And my first pair was a low. When the lows came out after the high, it was a low in these. But you know, the twos was dope. You know what I'm saying? And some of the kids, they don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just,
they don't want to do the. It's like class. They don't want to do the homework on it.
It's just so much heat, man. It's just so, like, you know, Will Least did really well for us, but the airship, you know,
retarded.
Like
Jordan wore these
first. He wore these. This is before like the one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the ships, like, they not running. They don't run for the right product.
But see,
you know, it's got to be back with a celebrity.
They don't know or they don't see a certain person doing it. Yeah. They don't even know how to go crazy. Bro,
these is women's. These is hard.
Those are retarded.
With the ventures, like Nike's killing it. You know what I'm saying? I just wish we get some of these young cats to be like, yo, I'm gonna get those and I'm gonna style. You know what I'm saying? And no, you don't gotta come and spend $400. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just a sock. Like I got so much time I'm just wearing all black. Yeah, I got, you know, a piece on, but it's just wearing all black and popping the sock. It's how you do it.
It's how you do it.
You know what I'm saying? You don't always gotta go spend $400-500. You know?
Cats don't know about that, but we gonna get into that. And we gonna sit down and we gonna talk a little bit more with my guy, man. Yo, we sitting here, man. I got my guy with me, my man. He's the young creator behind the floor, the manager, my guy D. D, I want you to talk to the culture, introduce yourself, let them know what you do here at the Hush Boutique, and basically what got you into the game of the fashion.
So my real name is Darrell Evans. A lot of people know me as Jiggy. I started in fashion in 2013. The passion originally began just watching MTV and BET originally and seeing how people put it together. Then, you know, you're not really told what your people older than you, your elders, what they really do, but the whole time I had a gem next to me. My godfather's Groovy Lou. Then he, you know.
Hold up, stop for a minute. Did you hear what he just said? His godfather is Groovy Lou. I don't think a lot of y'all understand who Groovy Lou is and what he is to the culture. You know what I'm saying? Groovy Lou is a fast, he's undid everybody. You know what I'm saying? So to have that in the building with you and for you, that's amazing. Where are you from, though?
So I was born in Mount Vernon, exactly where he's from.
All right.
Went to all the same schools as Diddy. I went to Mount St. Michael. I went to Our Lady of Victory and so forth. I moved to Harlem my teenage years, and then later on I came to Jersey, and I met my new godfather right here, Ramon Blackburn. He's just been showing me the ropes. I've been a designer for quite some time, 10 years now, and he's showing me the intricate things that people won't necessarily teach you, like how to buy, the quality, knowing to count, stitch on embroidery, little things like that. That's just shaping me. Amazing mentor, and just been helping me get to where I need to. As far as the store, he blessed me with being the general floor manager, which I'm super appreciative of. I know product, I can speak to product, I do storytelling, and I can speak to the consumer, which is the most important thing. And you know, my uncle been in business for 8 years, and we just got this new blessing as a location, and I'm just privileged to be here right now, so.
Thank you. Thank you for that, because you know when I walked in, your energy was there.
Absolutely.
And I ain't gonna front as someone that loves to shop, loves to get fresh. Energy can take somebody out of a store.
Absolutely.
People fail to realize when you have locations and stores, it's also the people that's in the store that's very important.
Absolutely.
You walk in the store, you want to feel greeted, you want to feel warm, you want to feel like, yo, I'm coming somewhere where they respecting my money. Not somewhere where, yo, what's up? Okay, well, let me know if you need something. Or you too busy on my back, like you chasing the sale. It was none of that. It's just, yo, what's popping, what's going on?
Right.
And that's great energy, and I like that about you, and I respect that, and I admire that.
Thank you, sir.
Because you representing a brand. So anytime somebody sees you outside of here, they gonna look at you, yo, that's Jiggy from Hush.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And as the culture sees you now, yo, that's Jiggy from Hush. Two great godfathers. You know what I'm saying? You blessed to be in a dope establishment with the essence and the relevance of gear, sneakers, and also understanding the movement.
Absolutely.
That's key, you know what I'm saying? Because you rocking this leather joint right here. We gonna talk about that for a minute, because that reminds me of some 5001. Is that you?
So this is a piece that I put together.
You put together?
Yeah. So the people from 5001 Flavors, shout out to Guy and them over there. Good peoples, I Bogart, all those people, Mike B and them. Those are more people that's just been mentors to me over like the last 10, 15 years.
Right, because they heavy in the game.
Yeah, so just blessed. I've been cutting and sewing for like the last 7 years of the 10 years I've been in fashion. And yeah, this was just
That's a personal piece.
Personal piece. I actually did it 4 years ago, but this is just my particular personal.
So do you do personal pieces?
Absolutely.
You know
We
what
do
I'm saying?
one-of-ones. I do collections as well. My last collection was a year ago. Thank goodness I've been in where I'm at right now in my
So is
environment.
those sweats back there that say Jiggy?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So that's
Okay, listen, I pay attention.
so the
I
good
pay attention,
the
champ.
good thing is one, I want to say thank you. One, my godfather just been bringing it out of me. You know what I'm saying? It's good when somebody is putting the pressure, and not bad pressure.
Of course, the pressure of
yeah.
saying, yo, you can do it. Go.
Yeah, he's
like,
getting
go.
my creative juices going. I just like even the segment we having right now, just talking shop. I get the privilege to do that every day with him, and I just feel like people's boss or even their parents or whoever is taking care of them, their caretakers, they can't just be like, oh, how did you do this? What made you do this? What's the storytelling behind this? But I got this every day, and some people they don't. That's why
They don't cherish it.
They don't cherish
or
it.
respect it.
And I feel like because I see what he's doing, it makes me hungry every day. Every single day. He has a family. I see what he brings to his table, and then it makes me bring
Inspires you to bring to your table.
every day.
So let me ask you this. You ever thought about doing a sneaker?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I got sketches. Just a little bit more background. I was at Nike for 2 years, 2016 to 2018. I worked on sneakers. I worked with the legendary Virgil Abloh. I don't got on the shoe right now, but he signed a Chicago Off-White for me. I worked for him for about a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
When he did the original 10-pack for Off-White, yeah.
I salute you for that, King.
Thank you.
You've been in the game doing your thing.
I think the
How
people...
old are you though?
33.
Wow. Young soul.
Young soul. I say
Yo, I
old
would say an
soul.
old soul with a young spirit.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And a great mentality.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying it here first. I need to do a sit down with you so
Would
we
love
can
that.
bring the sketches and bring some of your pieces out and let the culture see what you doing.
I would
Because
love
they
that.
need to see our young black designers that, yo, it's cats that don't even know what you're doing, that's watching this, that's following me. And I need them to jump on board.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? And you hearing it first, yo, I'm bringing them back, sketches. We're going to talk his thing, talk his world. But I got to ask you one thing.
Yes, sir.
If you can do one collaboration, who would it be with? Who would be your dream collabo with?
Can I give two?
Sure. You give me three, your top three.
Well, one, of course, I want to do something with my uncle right now.
No, you're going to do something.
Absolutely. It's already in the talks.
I already
it just
know
hasn't
that.
happened.
Right.
In the very moment.
It's all about the timing.
Right. So it's like my feet just got wet in the last 7 months here, and we already started that discussion. Then if I had to make a shoe, it's going to bug you out, but I would love to do a shoe for Skechers.
Why would you bug me out? That's what you want to do.
I feel like when I say that to my urban community, it like throws them off. They say, why Skechers? One, I like comfort. And two, I can make something hot. I can make it hot. I
That's
know
confidence,
I can
though.
make
That's you talking your shit. That's
For
confidence.
sure. For sure. I mean, like I said, I have the blueprint in front of me. my uncle just took a Via and just took it through the roof. So like I said, the inspiration is in front of me. So like if I can take a sketcher and make it the way that I can envision something, then what says that I'm not gonna make the sky the limit for me now with this brand?
Yo, it's funny that you said that because I know about 15 years ago, I was wearing some Vans. I was living in North Carolina.
Okay.
I was living in a small town called Ahoskie. Shout out to everybody out there. And I was buying Vans with the skull shirts. And they was like, you buying them? Them the skateboard sneakers. I was
Right.
like, yo, my man, you don't even understand.
That's the culture
You
right
don't
now.
even understand. you stuck on trying to chase Nike. I'm in the fashion lane.
Right.
And I'm
100%.
giving them fashion tips. So that's why you said sketches. I'm like, yo, why not?
Yeah.
Why not take it to the forefront and flip it like that? You know what I'm saying? But yo, King, I appreciate you.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for the conversation.
Of course.
We're gonna set up the date, let the people know again where we at and who you are. And your brand. And where they can find you at on Instagram, champ.
For sure.
Give them everything.
So my name is Darrell Evans. You can find me at Hush Life Boutique. We're here, and we got a new location coming soon in West New York.
What's the address here? Because we didn't give them that.
Oh, so here we're at 50 East Palisades Avenue in Inglewood, New Jersey. Next location, West New York. Also, anything that you need to find on me is either at The Jig or at Jig by Jiggy. The Jig is my personal gram. Jig by Jiggy is my brand. And yeah, you could check out everything I've done. I've done over 10 fashion shows, and you can see everybody I collaborated over the last 10 years.
Yo, King.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. I appreciate you jumping on board, man, talking with us, man. Yo, we gonna get back to the guy right here, man, the man, the myth, the legend, man. It's like, you know, my questions, man, for you is just a few that I had to just drop off the top of the rank, man. You know what I mean? You coming from where you came from up here, was you nervous?
No,
Okay.
because I had been coming here because of fashion for a very, very long time. So I wasn't nervous, and I'm a pretty confident person, and I'm a person of faith. So, you know, I don't think things just happen. I believe that I was meant to come here. Even as a kid, my mom was, you know, she would tell me, you know, how I talked about moving to New York as a kid, and not even sketching or doing anything fashion. You know, I just always want to be here. But she kind of like engraved that in me, you know, like we were just talking as a kid. You know, your mother always tried to make sure that you look presentable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just, when I was a kid, you know, she would get like the sweaters and stuff for me. She would embroider my name on them. And I think subconsciously it just went in there and just started, you know, making me think, you know, I could do something in fashion. And, you know, my brother, when I was in high school, I used to want to make my own shirts and stuff. Later in high school, he got something printed up for me. And that was like my first time that I ever, you know, kind of like had my own brand.
Right.
And it was kind of cool, man. So I had a great support system from my family as far as seeing potential and getting behind me and wanting to see me, you know, be successful.
That's, yo, you know what? I was gonna ask you that. What made you, what age was you, and then you say, you know, this is my thing? Because, you know, clothes as kids, we want them. We chasing them. You know, me and G and Cole and us, we chased it. But we never really thought about wanting to design it.
Right.
That's a different thought.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I wanted to do it, but it was a time where I was always saying that I was going to do something, and me and my dad kind of got into it one time, and he was just like, you know, you're a talker. You always talking about what you're going to do, but you don't finish. And that kind of like, you know, we stopped speaking for a little bit, and during that time when we stopped speaking, I started working on it. So my brother, you know, growing up with my mom, kind of like doing what she did, and then my brother going to get stuff made, and then my father triggering me, I went back to all that, and I started learning how to design and how to make my own
Did you
product.
go to school for this?
Never went to school.
So this is all just you being authentic.
It's authentic and asking questions, and wasn't afraid to, you know, talk to people and spread my wings and spoke to people that were black, that weren't black. There was a lot of people that were not of color that, you know, showed me the ropes of how to produce and make goods. And I had a gentleman that was an embroiderer but used to work for Polo. He showed me how to present my line so that if I called a store and wanted to put my product in the store, how I'm supposed to do it. And actually, my second sale was to Nordstrom's when I was doing the wholesale. My first sale was to Zebra Club.
A lot of people don't know what the Zebra Club is, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a brand. It's a store. It's a boutique store out of Seattle, Washington that was in the West Coast. I'm not sure if they came out east, but actually the guys that own Mecca, they started that store called Zebra Club.
Okay. So let me ask you this: with clothing is also D-mentioned stitching. You had the buttons up with the sleeve, like, you had the grown man look. That's different than just sportswear. That's more, you got to make sure the cuts is right, the sleeves is right, the collar. All that was just you just staying hungry in the lab.
Yeah, I think for me, people always say, well, people like to say the devil's in the details, but I always say God is in the details instead of the devil, because I don't glorify the devil.
We don't glorify that.
So I glorify God. So I say God is in the details, right? And being a person of faith, there's a scripture that says that basically it's not the big things that destroy the vine, it's the small things. But if you flip that into fashion, it's the small things that get people's attention. When you pick up a garment, it's not just feeling it, but you look at it and say, oh man, look where he put this logo. Oh man, look where the buttons are. And so those are the things that kind of like was my view of how to make something cool. And then, and I probably said it a little bit earlier. I also probably said it a little bit earlier, but, our era just meant so much to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like sometimes we talk, but we really don't really elaborate. Like, you remember when dudes was fresh, they be clapping their hands. Nigga, I got my feet out of pop, all that. And then you go into the club, and you like, when I'm gonna go in the club, there was a certain way you walk. Yeah, a certain walk and a certain style. So when I designed product, I thought about how's a person gonna feel when they wear my product, and how the people in the club
are gonna
react when they see
the product.
And so that's everything that I do is about the reaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get off the reaction. I don't need everybody, it's not necessary, the pat on the back. It's the reaction in the face. The movements.
I laughed, man, because that's how I feel. And it's good to hear another brother say that. That's how that's what I live for.
Because everybody's not going to tell you.
They
won't. What I'm saying? They won't tell you. They're not going to give you. Like now, which is a cool thing, is about giving each other our flowers. And I like that people are doing. I love that this podcast doing it. I love it that we doing it as a people. But a lot of people, they
won't tell you.
Sometimes it's hate, but sometimes it's not hate. Sometimes they don't know how to say it, or they think it's less, makes them look less or feminine to do that.
Or they feel like they too cool.
Too cool.
I can't give him that.
Listen, man, I tell my brothers, even sometimes my employees, and sometimes, a lot of my guys I hang out with, man, all right, brother, I love you, man, I'll talk to you later. Because that's what it's about, man. You ain't too soft to tell another person, another man, if you love them. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
You got to do that, because people are down. People not expressing themselves. You know what I'm saying? So when you do that, sometimes it gives a person a little extra.
I say that a lot too. I do.
Extra step.
I agree with you, because when I go to spots, or I might go to a store, I tell a lady behind the counter, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yo, she might have needed that. You don't know what she came in to work.
God is in the details, brother.
But if you telling her that, yo, I appreciate you, and you giving me from McDonald's, but I appreciate you. Yo, that could have changed the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I think, that's the thing about fashion. We appreciate it.
We appreciated the way, and it was deep to us. You know what I'm saying?
It was personal. We slept and woke up.
And I think cool, like even with Jig, like the thing that I see in him, I see a lot of me in him, but I see it because not only just me, but he has uncles that get fly. And he was around that kind of a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Even my daughter, like my daughter, I could play an old song, even though she's young, and she'll be in there singing a song.
Right.
Why? Because we still have that flavor and that style, and she's heard it growing up. She understands the vibe that we grew up because of me being in her life. You know what I'm saying?
But it's also at the same, not to cut you off, but it's comes from also our upbringing.
Yeah.
Our families played the music when we were running around the house as kids.
Yeah.
All we doing is repeating the same cycle.
Yeah.
Going and cleaning.
Come on, man. You know what I mean?
And
you're not gonna watch cartoons until you do X, Y, Z. But
Exactly.
moms is playing all this great music, so
Great
we're doing
music.
it. We're doing the same thing
Clean
now.
up the house, great music, clean up your room. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I remember I think it was, I don't know what album it was, man. I think it was Wu-Tang, but you hear Raekwon. I think it was Raekwon talking to me. He said, "Yo, the blue and cream." The blue and cream, and he was describing the Wallabies, the Clarks.
And he
know
gave
what
you
I'm
that
saying?
vision.
And he gave you the vision. So that's how we talked. They don't talk that way anymore, bro. And I don't, it's not about being an old head. Like I was talking I was talking with the chairman of Jordan Brand. His name is Larry Miller. Very great guy. And I was like, yo, I just don't want to always sound like an old dude, OG dude. He's like, nah, man, you got to embrace that. You got a lot to give to the world. So I took that. You know what I'm saying? I started talking to myself, saying, wait a minute, man. You know what
I
I'm
am
saying?
really the OG of this shit.
I've been around this. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of things.
Global.
I know
Let's
a lot.
be clear,
I've
global.
I've seen a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Not just some local. You've been global.
Yeah. And I got a lot to give. But going back, man, I just love that. I love that time. You know
That
what I'm
feeling,
saying?
that energy.
Feeling, that energy, that vibe. It's just.
Yo, clothes is so crazy because, we use the term getting fresh like a mannequin. Right. My niggas don't understand what that means. A mannequin. I had to tell that to them. Nigga, the mannequin is this thing in the window that they dress up.
Right.
I'm him. When I walk out my house, I'm a mannequin.
Right.
That's why I want to be in the club. I want to look, I want to be in that corner. I want to be in that chair. I want to walk down the street with my lady. I want to be a mannequin. So when they see, like, good grief. But we understand that. It's the passion. We going to put into it. All three of us can sit here and we already know you might buy a pair of Jordans and not touch them till a year later. Till you get the complete
fit.
It's like a sandwich, it's like a combo.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to McDonald's. How many times you just go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac? You get the meal.
Yeah.
I need the drink in the front.
Exactly. So I'm not going to just put these on with a great t-shirt. No, I got to need the whole outfit. So I might have to wait a whole year after everybody done killed them. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to just stand there and just like, yeah, y'all didn't do it this way.
You know what I would like to do? Shot like one time we should just get like me, you, G, maybe Potter.
Let's do it.
AZ, you know
Let's
what I'm
do
saying?
it.
And just talk have
we
that
can do it.
conversation and bring like Jig, bring a couple young people
Yeah,
in.
let's do it.
And just have that kind of conversation, man, because, like I was saying before, he don't even realize, but that's part of his makeup. You know what I'm saying? Because he sometimes he tell me, Uncle, I ain't even put my stuff on yet. You know what I'm saying? But that's how we talked.
That's how we
and he's
talk.
talking that way with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then I'm coming back. Well, we can go. You know what
When
I'm
you
saying?
ready.
When
You
you want me to
ready.
go.
You ready. What we doing?
I ain't went to the freezer yet. You know what I'm
freezer.
saying? The freezer where, like you said,
Right.
you got something to put it away for
Come
you.
on, man.
I go to the freezer. I go to the freezer and thaw something for you if you want to see it.
I got the Britishes in the freezer right now, Burgundy.
I think the funniest thing is that, and I feel like I don't get it enough with people amongst myself. I love that it's an older person that wants to battle me. I feel like you guys would dance as a battle in y'all day, but I feel like today, when I speak to him, yo, what you putting on today? Like, change my whole aesthetic with the sock, with the shoe. Like, we
Even
look at
down
that
to a lace.
to the lace. So it's like, we're so particular, and it's like
Even
it
down
makes
to the
me-
cuff.
To
When
the
it-
cuff, it makes me work
Yo,
harder on my fit.
it's crazy. Guys, I used to cuff my kids, my sons. Yo, you can't wear your I got to cuff them for you before you go to school. He don't know. He's a kid.
I sewed the cuff in on
Come on, man. They don't even understand the detail of getting fresh. Like,
Yeah, and in our area, you know what I'm saying, if you wear polo, you have the polo socks.
Of
and
course.
things like that, and kind
and
of
the
like,
polo boxes.
Yeah, yeah, and you played that way. Like they don't play that way anymore. They don't do
They
it.
mix and match. It's just what's in.
I heard you guys mention earlier in the interview, like, it makes me cringe as a human being I see Adidas track pants with some Jordans. Oh man.
How could you do that?
How could you do that? You should, yo.
I can't even do that if I'm just running around here looking crazy.
My
I'd
dude,
rather
I
just
seen-
throw some nonsense sweats on.
I seen a girl on Instagram I was going through, and she was like real beautiful girl, man. And I saw her. She had the Nike socks on with the Yeezys.
Disrespectful.
Just spent the whole
On to the next.
thing around.
It's a buzz killer. It's
You
a
can't
buzz
do
killer.
that. You know what I'm saying?
You know
You
what I
can't.
mean?
You just certain things you can't do. You just be like, nah, you can't do
It's
that.
a buzz killer.
It's disrespectful. You better off just putting on some plain joints.
Oh, don't wear no socks.
Doing no socks. You know what I'm saying?
Go, you know what I mean? I want to.
And one thing I gotta give y'all props on, I want to say about a month ago, he showed me a magazine full of like older, like British Knights and stuff. There was stuff in there I didn't know, but one thing I can appreciate with the generation before me, y'all put it on no matter what the brand is. Like y'all make it look good. The name don't matter.
Yo, it's crazy because I was about to get into that. I was gonna jump
Name
into
don't even
that
matter.
because
The fit is what
people get so caught up in labels that you can. And we all been seeing 100 people
right.
labeled out, whack as hell.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yo, you don't know how to put it together. Like, yo, you don't have to. I'm gonna say this to the camera. I had an iceberg sweater on with Old Navy jeans. You'd have never known.
Yeah, that's how you put it together. But you know, the girls do high-low. They'll put on something low and then have a Louis bag, and there's nothing wrong with
Right.
it. Like,
But they do it all the time. They get away with it.
They get away with it.
but the only difference in that with me is that, you know, I don't think you got to be a label whore, but it's a little tough sometimes when I see people killing Fashion Nova though. I just, for me, just, you know what it is for me? It was just, and it's a difference in time, so I respect it, I understand it. And it doesn't mean you got to have on Louis Vuitton. You can't always wear Louis and Gucci. You can't, that's not what I'm talking about.
Right.
But, you know, it's just, I don't know, again, we talked about our parents, man, they work so hard to let us have certain things, and it's not the label, it's just the quality. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't know good quality, though,
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like you pumping something, but the quality's not there. We quality people.
From birth.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not talking about a label. I'm just talking about the
Quality.
You know what I'm saying? You may get one or maybe 2 or 3 runs out of that. I really don't know, but you know, like save your money. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna spend it in fashion and save it and get some quality that you can keep running.
Right.
You know
Or
what I'm
you
saying?
can switch it up with this,
Switch
with that.
it up with that.
You know what I mean?
saying?
That's one thing I've learned growing up. You know, you can switch it up. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, and we all have done it because we come from the era, yo, I need that shirt.
Yeah.
We was in high school. I need that shirt because I had a sneaker.
Yeah.
I've done it with Gigi. I need that coat because I got them boots.
Yeah.
You can wear it tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just, but that's how the team was. You know what I'm saying? But we all knew quality.
New quality.
You know what I'm
I've
saying?
been with G and G won't put. He'll be like, nah.
Come on.
Black, I don't really. You know what I'm saying?
Come on. I'm not even going.
You know.
I'm not even going to talk about that. You know, I'm not even going to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
He wouldn't even play that way. He would be like, nah.
Yo, I told my man this, man. I'm in respect to my man G the Barber. Yo, he's one of the freshest motherfuckers in Bergen County.
Yeah,
He's been like this.
He one of the freshest dudes.
Yo, period. Right, facts. But I had to tell my man that because he's in Atlanta, my man Rudy. I said, yo, you don't even understand. This shit didn't start now. This shit
Right.
started when we were in elementary school.
Yeah.
When he was going to get the polo ski coats out of Bloomingdale's. And we were all getting his mother's car. And the money that our mothers gave us, we would all go there with Mama Chavis.
I know that's
And he would pick out, don't get that, get that.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was so passionate about clothes. Real talk, I got a sweater. I can't even got it no more. It was like 20 years ago. He was going to the all-white mansion party 20 years ago that the Three Stooges was doing. Yo, he was in Soho copping. G put me on the Soho. I ain't gonna hold you.
Right.
He had us going downtown. Yo, fuck 125th Street. It's cool,
Right.
but let's go downtown to something different. That's when I started being in boutiques.
Right.
Yo, he was so passionate about something. He would, yo, you know what? I'm gonna buy the shirt for you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
As my friend, like, yo, you need that shot. That's you.
We need people like that in the world.
And people don't understand that's because of fashion, yo.
Yeah, he was so dope. I mean, he was cutting hair, but I told him one time, I said, well, I tried to get him to come and become a buyer for me. This is a long, long time ago. We started having that kind of conversation, and he liked it a little bit, but he would come with me sometimes to look at product, and he, you know, G got off on that. He liked that. You know what I'm saying? So he was just, he reminded me a lot of myself, man. That's why we clicked right away. You know what I'm saying? I haven't spoken to him in a while, but yo, we just clicked. You know what I'm saying? He definitely got an eye.
He got a mean eye, but that also come from Mama Chavis. Mama Chavis had an eye.
Yeah.
His brother, shout out to New Chave. Chave had an eye.
Yeah.
So it was like we saw that. When I didn't have a big brother, I had a big sister. So she had an eye, but I can't.
Right. Yeah, of course.
But I'm seeing Chave. I'm like, yo, and G seeing Chave, and we like, yo, we got to get them Barclays. I remember the first time I saw the Barclays, Chave had them. He had the yellow Barclays. I was like, yo, G was like, we got to get the burgundy ones for middle school. What we did, we couldn't get the burgundy, so we went and got the burgundy Delta Force.
Oh, they don't listen. Come on, man. I can't even sit with you no more. You talking about? I was just telling somebody about the Delta Forces. I'm like, yo, they're not bringing up the Delta.
I mean, they bought them out. You know what I'm saying?
But the Delta Forces was
man. They had all colors. That's what they had the newspaper.
I had a pair of, and a lot of people don't remember these, but I remember one time I was hooping and I had these. Nike had the shoe called a Sky Force. It looked similar to an Air Force One.
Right.
Dude, I had the Sky Forces on, and I was like, I had a white pair with the purple swoosh on them.
Epic.
And they don't even talk about that no more. That's what I was saying. Like the twos was like, they look at it and go, I don't know. Bro, that shoe was made in Italy back in the day. Like, you tripping.
That changed the game.
Changed the game. Remember what a 1 looked like, and they flipped it to a 2.
That no one ever saw.
That no one saw.
Or even saw coming.
People usually go on the same vein.
Right.
They flipped the whole look.
Took the check off.
And then they flipped to a 3. That was another look. And then the 4 and 3, there's some similarity.
Of course.
But then when you got to a 5, it totally switched up again.
Yeah. They knew the consumers.
Bro, they wasn't playing fair, bro. Jordan, Nike, they beast over there. I'm not even gonna lie.
They went crazy.
They was crazy. But again, great people, very supportive, of what we doing here, keeps us in business.
And been
outside
supportive
of
from
the
day
customers and the clients that we have, they treat us very well, you know what I'm saying? But I love just to have that conversation where we can talk about Sky Forces, Delta Forces. And then, I like to bring up some brands and just see if y'all remember Van Grack back in the day.
Helly Hansen. I'm looking for the Helly Hansen.
We carry Helly Hansen here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't even, like, we got Warridge in here. We carry Pendleton.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? We could talk about the hats with the flaps on them with the fur.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. We
call them the detective hats. Come on, Come on, go gadget hats.
Yeah.
I got one in the crib.
Yeah.
Yo, come on, that's it. Come on.
It was just so different.
The history of it, you know what I'm saying?
I wish these people would just get back to that. You know what I'm saying?
We need to do just a history on the gear.
Yeah.
Like, real talk, because I don't think people really understand, like, even with Nike, I'm begging Nike, and I hope they get this. Y'all got to bring the Agassiz back.
Oh yeah.
Them black with that
Agassiz
orange
tough.
and that suede in that front. That's it, yo. I will spend whatever.
It's been like 7 years since they even had one silhouette of that.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
that is a
big.
tearjerker, brother.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You could spray. We used to spray Windex, and wipe it off,
Yeah.
and hand them off, and I'm still doing it.
Wasn't no crest spray. We toothbrushed it with the
Come
soap,
on, man.
alcohol,
Let it sit there.
Windex.
Windex, little detergent.
Come on, man. I mean, we not gonna talk about what we did to keep them up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, I tell my son, if you throw your thing away, put a sock in there so they don't get the line.
No
So,
creases.
yeah.
Now they got the thing where you buying them.
Force
You know what I'm
fields,
saying? The
yeah.
horse thing. So it's all the gear game is so retarded and crazy, man. We could be here for a decade, man. But I just want to throw a pair of sneakers on and let the culture know they forget about the tree times.
Oh man, come on.
They forget about the Lacoste T sports sneakers with the sweatsuit.
Oh, man.
They forget about the Lottos with the check that came off.
The check that came off. Yo, I had these pair of Lottos, man, and I talk to people, and they don't even remember them. But back in the day, I had a pair of Lottos, and they had the cities on them. So they had New York, they had Chicago, and they had LA, the map. And nobody never knows.
Little people don't even know they were soccer sneakers.
They don't even remember. Yo, I remember when I was in high school. Oh man, you know this is old talk. I burnt cats up. I went to school with the suede Deodoras on. I had one pink pair and the other one was royal blue. I mismatched the joint, royal blue and pink.
Yo, people don't even know we used to do that. That was a fashion thing too. The mismatched sneakers. But you had to have the same sneaker but a different color. Come on, man. We're not even gonna talk about what the Theodoras did. Like just the Theodoras alone. I was mad when G sent me and I said, yo, I need my size. He just, they got him. Pew!
Yeah.
I'm spinning that.
I remember one time I can't remember we had something, man, and you called me or no, you text me like, yo, Black, I heard you got these up there. Yeah, we got. We said I'll be up there in a few hours.
It was the Britishers. G told me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he said, Black got the Britishers. Go get them. They got your size. And that goes back to show you that's how we are with the gear. Yo, when you know your man's size,
right.
Yo, go get them. They got your size. Cats ain't always checking for each other's sizes because they want to keep it for themselves and chuck it.
Selfish.
But we so in the gear, it's like I want my man to be just as fresh as me. So we not in competition. We looking like we looking like the mannequin team.
And the cool thing was too in our era, like if people we like brands that everybody was like. Let's say you have Fila, you will wear Fila, but then you'll try to find that color
that nobody
else had, so that when you came in the room, it was a conversation.
Immediately.
You know what I'm saying?
Whisper.
I feel like when I used to see like people with Reebok Classic with the straps, I seen like purple or gold, something. Where people be looking like, oh, now I got the red. I'm gonna pull out the red on you. Something different.
Right.
That was the battle with y'all right there.
Yeah.
It was.
What
you putting that on your feet, or I'm gonna put on the burgundy ones. You gonna put on that? I'm gonna put on the green ones.
And when your boys would see you, they'd be like,
Who did that?
They be clapping. They be clapping. You know what I'm saying?
It was the.
They nod. You didn't nod. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, it's times when you in the middle of the club. It's times I've been in the club with niggas, and I grab nigga like, my nigga, you fresh as hell. In
Oh yeah.
You gotta.
I had niggas tap me like the big man, killing them. You killing them.
I think on both ends it's humbling. For the person that acknowledges it, I feel like it's major because y'all will have on something that I have to respect. Like if you're a part of that culture. Like if you had on the British Knights and I recognized it, like yo, bro, you did that. It's a certain respect level you have for you just to even come up to you.
Right.
But even now, like, you know, dudes is wearing Saucony, which I love, but what about the spot belts?
I don't even know about the Sean
Spot
Kemp's.
belts.
The Sean Kemp spot belts.
Xavier McDaniels with the white, green, and yellows.
Come
like
on. When he played for the Sonics, and you gotta have a Xavier Daniel jersey to go with it.
You was wearing the spot belts, and it's the same logo, it's the same company.
But you didn't know.
But you didn't know they was calling them the spot. Spot belts was the name of the brand, so it's like almost like they had two companies.
Wow.
So they just released a pair, and I'm calling people like, yo, call them so I could get a pair because, bro, we had so much
eliteness.
Oh man, we had everything.
The Asics.
Everything. Oh, Asics.
The track Asics.
Oh
them.
Man. I remember you talked about the tree torn like 5 minutes ago. I remember when I was I went to a black college.
And these were and let's be clear, 3 times is for tennis.
Yeah, I had the leather all white ones. They had the gold foil stamp with the.
Come on, man. I wore my sisters. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Tree torns was hard.
Yo, you had.
Yo, let me tell you what I had on. Let me tell you.
You know, I wore my sisters.
I went to a black college. You know, you want to go back home, and you went away to college, so you know. So I bet my grandmother, you know, you buy me something before I'm going back home for the holidays.
Right.
So she gave me a little bread. I went to Benetton. Got the pajama pants. Threw them on with the tree torns. With the colored socks on.
Benetton.
Went into a joint. They stopped me in a store. Like, yo, what you got on? I know you ain't from out here. But I was from there. But I was the way I was putting my stuff. I was just burn them. And then when I came here, they was like, oh, you from uptown? by the way my style was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So until I opened my mouth and had a conversation, then they could tell, hey, where you from? You got an accent. You know what I'm saying? But my style was always different. Like, man, we kings. Like everybody wear diamonds, but what about rubies and
Sapphire and
sapphires? We kings, bro. Like me, you know, this is a Chanel beaded chain. You know what I'm saying? I could go put on a diamond, but I want to, when I come in, I want somebody to look and be like, damn, that nigga got on a Chanel chain. Yeah, I could go get the diamond.
You can go get the flooded
but
out.
I
don't want to look like
I want to be a
everybody.
conversation.
Right. I don't want to be. I don't want to be passed.
I want to be the conversation. I
wanna
ain't
be
got to
the
talk and
topic.
say nothing. But
You know
when
what I
I
mean?
walk in, you like, oh, wow. You know what I'm saying?
People
So-
don't understand that how passionate clothes is. It's a level.
It's levels.
It's boundaries. It's levels. It's limitations. It's how far would I go? Now, I want to talk to y'all guys. What do y'all feel about the brothers doing these skirts, man? Can we talk about that? Fashion Kings?
I mean, for me, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
can't
just,
do it either.
I just think there's just
a little bit too much for me personally.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much for me personally, and
Walk around with these bags.
I can't. I mean, the
man purse
the
is
bag thing is
okay.
different because remember we had the clutches.
Yeah,
in
it's
our
okay,
area.
but I'm talking about brothers walking around with purses too now. We seen it.
Yeah, I seen that.
I'm
Like,
seeing it on Instagram, especially no disrespect to the Spanish community. I love y'all. We not racist, but I'm like, yo, I'm just throwing like your homeboy got a purse in his hand. Like, come on, champ. I don't care how much jewelry you got on. Certain things, it's limitations and boundaries that I'm not gonna go.
Yeah,
but
I
we
think-
in the era where it's like certain shit is just okay now.
Yeah, I think so. For me, I don't do it. I understand the mentality of fashion being a way to express yourself, so I understand what people are doing, but I can't do it.
Right. That's how I am. I can't do it.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not gonna do it.
Because for the skirt, I remember my era, the girls wear the tennis skirts, getting fly with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was a vibe, you know? But, you know, to each his own, you just won't see me on one.
Well, I feel like it's your era that's kind of
That's
bringing
what
the
I was
Rowdy
letting you say what you
Piper.
had to say.
The Rowdy Piper. He was doing that in wrestle back then.
Right. So I'm gonna touch on both things. I know in like Ireland and Scotland, that shows.
That's the difference.
Right.
That's
That's
their
to show how
that's their thing.
honorable thing. Now for people here, if you don't have that storytelling piece or you know what that story is, like I said, if when I come out, I would never do that. That's number one.
Okay.
That's not
Thank
my
you.
swag.
You cleared
That's
that
not
up
my
for
swag.
me. Thank you.
That's number one. Two, I'm not mad at how people want to express themselves today.
Not either.
You got to use what you have,
Your creativity.
your creativity. What I think Unc might have touched on earlier, that I think people in my generation got it twisted, that I need to put on a skirt now so you can stop what you're doing, so you can be like, yo, you did that. But I'm never going to go up to you and say, yo, you did that in a skirt. I'm just, for a man, I'm a masculine man, and whatever you believe in or whatever you into, that's your business.
That's your business.
Right.
But I just feel like when I come out, I want to personify myself as a strong, masculine black man. And I
Right.
feel like pants, shorts.
What about
that's the arena
what
I'm
about
in.
the bell bottom look now?
The stack look? I'm a fan of the stack look.
Okay.
But in a fashionable sense. I've seen some people go too far with it.
Thank you. I'm glad you
I
kept
don't
it a
like
buck.
people stepping on their clothes too much. That's not the era that I come
That's
from.
the
or the way
Jabot
I-
era.
Yeah. I feel like I see, if you're a
stop.
skateboarder, I get it. You might step on
But
your
that's
clothes.
skateboarding.
But that's the new trend now, and I'm staying away from it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm a tiny bit older than you, Shy. So I remember, you know, my pops wearing
My pop's doing that.
bell bottoms because that was fashion. It was disco times and things like that. You know, I think this is a way to do it.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if you look at the Commodores, you look at some of the way the vests and
Yeah.
stuff with no shirt on underneath and, you know what I'm saying, how people wore different things, it was cool.
Yeah.
If you look at the beginning, the first rappers, how they dressed.
Melly
it
Mel
was-
and them had them tight leather shit, looking like Kiss, the rock band.
Yeah, it was cool. But, you know, like I said, I get it. people want to express their fashion, like I said, to each his own. You ask me to do it, I'm not gonna do it. But if you wearing it, I'm not judging you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But just wear it. If you're gonna wear it, then you wear it for the right reason. You don't wear it, like you said, for the attention, so to speak.
Make it complete too. If you're gonna wear it, make sure it's complete.
Yeah.
Like we said with the sneakers, you can't go out here with a brand new pair of sneakers. You got this dusty ass sweatsuit on.
No.
Yo, if you're gonna wear the bell bottom look and do that, make sure the whole complete outfit is there.
Yeah.
Yo, Black, I want to ask you a question. I asked, the young king, man, who would be your exclusive person you would love to work with? You would love to collab with? If you could have 3.
Like a brand.
Brand or a sneaker you may want to remake or bring back?
So there's probably a few. I think if I got the opportunity to do a Nike or a Jordan, that would mean something to me.
Okay.
Just because that would just be like the pinnacle of my era and this era. You know what I'm saying? There's history with me, you know what I'm saying? Growing up where I grew up,
Oregon.
then being from there, and then having my own store and carrying the brand and, being able to be a part of it at a different level. I would love that.
Salute to you for that too, because
I
that's
think,
major.
honestly, if it had to do with clothing, I probably want to do it with a black-owned brand.
I knew you were going to say that.
Just because, and again, this is not about race. My daughter's mother is Nigerian.
Right.
My son's mother is Italian. You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
so-
So it's not.
It's not about that, it's just
but
what you're-
it's just I'm
what you
big.
choose to
I'm
do.
big on, my mama, my daddy black. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on my people.
Yeah, where you
You
can
know
your
what-
essence, who
what-
you are.
Yeah. You know what I chose to have a conversation with and spend part of my life with is different decision, and don't take away from what I am internally.
Exactly. As a
You know
man.
what I'm saying? For me. And I'm big on my people. And other people are big on their people, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But for me, I would want to collab with a black designer.
Right. Now, if you can, let me ask you this though. 5 brands that we got to get rid of.
We got to get rid of.
We got to get rid of.
That's a lot, but
That's why I said 5.
Fashion Nova. That's one for sure. Too much
yeah,
fashion.
yeah. I'm not. No disrespect to people that wear it and feel like, it depends on why you're wearing it. If you're wearing it because of affordability, I respect it. But when you're wearing it and you know that it don't last, you know what I'm saying? You put it on and you speaking like, I don't know. I just come from a different era, bro.
Listen, this is why I threw you this question.
We didn't brag about necessarily like, we were sitting there talking. We wasn't talking about Gucci and Louis. We talked about a lot of brands that we just took pride in that were not like super expensive. That we
Gap.
took pride. Yeah, Gap was huge.
Gap was
coming up.
everything.
Big. Why you think Kanye went to them? Because you had a Gap sweatshirt and that was big in hip hop.
Right. Now Sean Witherspoon did remade some shit with him.
Yeah,
And
I just
now they
think-
got Dapper Dan.
And you just had to forgive me. I just think sometimes we glorify brands that, one, don't care about us, and two, give us bad quality and want us to, and we celebrate it.
It's another brand you got to get rid of.
Oh, man.
Or I would say, what could we bring back? Like, I would need everybody to go get Coca-Cola. They need to just put that back in the building.
Coca-Cola, rugbies, Coca-Cola rugbies, Benetton.
I got my Benetton rugby
I got
and
mine
sweater
too.
and my
Lacoste
short set.
Sportif.
Lacoste, please.
You know what I'm saying?
And we got to do better with Latigra. Latigra came back out, but they got to do better. That big tiger across, come on, you're killing us.
Yeah.
Too gaudy, you know what I mean?
Latigra, I remember that. It wasn't out very long, but I love Van Grack, though.
Yeah.
Van
I
Grack
never had it, but
it was
G
hard,
was big
though.
on that.
Van Grack was hard. It was hard. It was a short period of time, but it was expensive too. So a lot of people couldn't. I couldn't afford a lot of it either.
Right.
But it was banging, and it left way before our time. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they gave it a chance.
Nah.
I don't really think they gave it a chance. I'm gonna be honest. I wish we need to, I wish K-Swiss would do another drop.
Yeah.
Cause you remember the K-Swiss sweaters?
Yeah.
The K-Swiss sweaters? Come on. A lot of people don't know about the K-Swiss sweaters. You know what I mean?
Was Sebago's big out here?
Not really.
Not really, right?
Not
but
really.
the Bass were.
All the way.
Yeah, Bass was big.
Crazy.
That's
Crazy.
Be a nice collab.
Come on, a lot of people don't remember the Bass shoes.
Bass was hard.
They was everything. And the way you had to have the lace on the side with the string.
Or the lumberjack.
Come on, man.
It's just...
We can go on for days.
Sway fronts. That was a little bit before. That was like...
That's a little bit
before you.
Yeah.
And almost before me, but it
there
was a
for
catch. It was still like I was really young, but they was wearing the sway fronts, sweaters, and that was big in Harlem.
Yeah. And
AJ Luster's, I think, was up there at the time, so they used to go get the sway fronts. That was big.
That was retarded, man. That was crazy, man.
Yeah.
But as we continue to we could talk about fashion, we could talk about it forever, man. I want to talk about one thing, and we're gonna get out of here, and the new location, man. You got over there in West New York. I'm gonna ask you as a businessman, business owner, is location important? And the reason why I'm asking you is because people feel like they can just put something anywhere and it's gonna pop. And I'm a believer that it's not. Certain things are not gonna pop in certain places.
So, two things. There's an old saying, you build it, they will come. You gotta, if you build it the right way, people will come. It's the patience. You gotta be able to have, patience is important. You know what I'm saying? We started this business there's a lot of saved up, well, not a lot of money, but it was saved up money. We went through a lot of tough times.
Highs, lows.
Highs and lows, definitely.
Times we were scratching our head like, wow, what do we, should we, could we?
How we gonna figure this out?
But quitting is not going, we're not quitting, but it's more or less how we.
We're not quitting, yeah. Hush. So back in the day when we used to travel to Asia and stuff like that, when I was had my own wholesale brand, I was going to China and Hong Kong, but I wasn't necessarily going to Japan. But you would hear the stories about the stores in Japan. They would put them in places that you had to find them, and once you found them, it was like finding a treasure. So when you got there, it may be on a street or somewhere like down somewhere.
It was like there's a gold mine.
It was a gold mine. You had to find it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where Hush originated from. That's why it's called Hush.
That was my final question.
It was
right to it.
It was the exclusivity. Off the beaten
Let's
path.
keep it low.
Keep it low. The best kept secret. You know what I'm saying? It was taking that whole concept of what I was told about how the stores were in Japan. And so we came up with Hush. Didn't mean nothing else, just that. And
it speaks for itself, though.
Yeah. So when we started, right now, because we moved and we built up our business, we're on the main app, but we used to be off the main app.
Yeah.
And that was the reason we wanted to be destination. And the store in West New York, which is in New Jersey, it's in the Edgewater area.
Right.
It's on River Road.
I see the vision,
they kind of flow into the same, but it's like over 1 million apartments down there. A lot of young money.
New money too.
Yeah, new money, prestigious. But it's still where we are. Is still like off the beaten path because Edgewater area, all of the stores except for like one little mall. The store's on the opposite side of the street. So you got to kind of go in and then you see all the stores. So you got to go into a building called the Capstone.
Okay.
which is you'll see Hush in there. And we should be open by October 21st, maybe a week later, but we almost done. And God willing, everybody likes the way this look. I think it's beautiful.
So
Nicole.
would you mind if we brought the cameras down there and we come in the Hush
Oh
one time,
man,
come in there and we...
First of all, I would like you to be the first person to present it. And I know you told me a minute ago, I watched you a couple of times and you was like, yo, I like to travel around and see, but, you can always use this place. You can call me and tell me, or call Rail and say, yo, I'm going to come through and do an interview today. You know what I'm saying? You can always do that with me, bro. You right here in Inglewood. Hopefully you like the aesthetic. The staff is super cool. If you don't mind customers coming in a little bit, moving around.
We keep it authentic.
You can have anything here. My house is your house. I do the same thing with all my, young entrepreneurs. I tell them, this is an opportunity for you to show your product next to a Nike or an Adidas or a Les Tien or a known brand. This take advantage of that, because I remember, and I'm sorry I'm jumping around a little bit off of what you said, but
talking.
I remember when I was in the wholesale side and I would go show my brand, and the guys would, give me like a small order or whatever, and I would take it. I'd be happy and thankful to get the order, but sometimes they would always miss the cool pieces that I really wanted to showcase. So I remember I went to a guy in the store and said, yo, I know you can only afford this amount of money, but I wanted to show more. Can we just do a consignment deal? And he's like, no, I don't want to do that, which was crazy because a consignment deal really didn't put him at risk.
Right.
I was only going to get paid off a product I sold, but I believed in my product so much. Just give me where I could put, instead of you buying $2,000, let me put $5,000 worth of product in here so I could show people I got it. And so that mentality, people think, oh, consignment, that's a bad thing. No, it's really a good thing because you get to display your product. If it's somebody is going to pay you when you sell it, you should want to do that, because your order now, you have the possibility of making more money than short money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people go, oh, but I need the money. If a store buys your brand and if it don't sell, they're not just going to just pay you. They're going to be like, yo, it ain't selling.
We didn't do nothing.
You take it back. And you're going to be like, no. And then it becomes a fight. So, you know what? Don't buy it. Don't spend $2,500 with me. Give me $5,000. Can I put $5,000 in here with the product and show my product? Or that jacket that you said was too expensive, but I believe in it. I'm gonna put it in here on consignment so I believe it's gonna sell.
Right.
And if the product doesn't sell on consignment, the guy doesn't kick you out the store as quick. You can come back with another line and say, it didn't work, but can we try this?
Exactly.
But if I buy it and it don't sell and I pay it, you think I'm gonna buy it again if it don't sell? So we gotta look at, there are times that like if you sell into a chain or something that you can't do that with, I get it. But sometimes it's good to do that so that you can show a certain amount of product and display so people know who you are. You got to look at it from a broader sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost the same thing, because if it don't sell, you're going to have a problem collecting your cash.
Regardless.
From the store. You know what I'm saying? I don't burn nobody. I'll pay you. But if it ain't selling, I'm going to pay you, but I'm going to pay you a little bit. It's going to take a little bit more time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's relationship building. You know what I'm saying? You're going to help push it a little bit more. You're going to bring your cousins by. You're going to bring some friends. Right. You're going to tell your friends, go over there and
you're going to take a picture and you're going to be sending it everywhere. We got social media now, so this thing's like a Frisbee.
Yeah, so, But yeah, well, West New York, man, the style is different than this. It's, Nike and Jordan got behind me and said, listen, we will allow you to expand in that area. So we took a hold of that, and then the other vendors, New Balance, Adidas,
everybody else
everybody came.
Everybody got on the bus.
They said,
we ride it down to West New York.
We said, we want to support you and do that. And so I'm thankful for all the brands, for doing that. But you know, Jersey's my second home, so I'm ready to take it over.
So we're gonna do that. And I just, thank you for the alley-oop, first and foremost, of letting us be able to come in and shoot, because once you said that, we doing yours down there.
Yeah. Anytime. Yeah,
We doing yours down there.
Yeah. When you see that one though.
You're gonna be blown away.
That's we doing that next month.
Yeah, it's leather chandeliers in that bad boy.
We not gonna talk crazy, man. We doing yours next month.
Yeah.
So I need you to bring your stuff.
Yeah, it's leather chandeliers in that bad boy.
I
I need to bring you your sketches, all your stuff. We gonna showcase it, your interview there for the culture.
Yeah.
Yo, man. I mean, today's conversation with the team, man, it was just class.
Yeah, I
It's a
love
Get
it.
Fresh class.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? It was a Get Fresh class. Everybody that knows me know I love to get fresh, but it's good to talk to other brothers that love to get fresh. It's good that we can talk to the coach and inspire them. Yo, it's bigger than just a name brand. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. And just to be able to sit here with this brother that I've known for quite a long time. We don't talk on the phone every day, but when I reached out to him, he got back to me, and I'm here. And I respect you, King. And I want to give you your flowers and say congratulations on your success.
Thank you, brother.
Congratulations on bringing more brothers around. Congratulations on staying solid. You've been solid from day one.
Yeah,
You've been
thank you.
fresh ever since the first time I seen you with the silver goose on with the silver Adidas. I never forget that. I never forget that because I was looking for those Adidas. And you killed it. And I was mad. And I tapped G. I said, ooh, it's black.
This dude right.
And ever since then, my love, just talking to you, us kicking it, you always been genuine, and I appreciate you, and I love you, King.
Thank
and
you.
I appreciate meeting you, King. And I know our relationship was gonna grow.
Gonna grow.
You know what I'm
Gonna
saying?
build, for sure.
And I thank you both for the opportunity. I think Hush, man. Yo, you know who it is, man. It's the voice of the culture, man. I'm here. I'm in Hush Boutique, Inglewood, New Jersey. Give them the address.
Yo, 50 East Palisades Avenue, Inglewood, New Jersey.
Across the tracks. You know what I mean? You see it. You see what we doing. It's another great episode. We got nothing but kings in the building. And yo, we gonna be back. Part 2 is coming down. West New York, featuring the kid back here, the young king. It's the voice of the culture. I'm out of here. Y'all know who it is. One.
God bless. Thanks.
Now, kings. Thank y'all.
Thank you, man.
Thanks,
you,
brother.
you know,
Appreciate you. Thank you,
hearing
man.
from
Thank you.
OGs, man. It's always a blessing hearing